ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਨੇ ਹਾਕੀ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ CEO ਅਤੇ ਬੋਰਡ ਆਫ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਰਸ ਦੇ ਅਸਤੀਫੇ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰਤੀਕਿਰਿਆ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ। ਟਰੂਡੋ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਵਿਕਾਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਕਾਰ ਕਰਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਮਾਂ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਅਤੇ ਰਵਾਨਗੀ ਇਸ ਦੇਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੇਡ ਨੂੰ ਬਦਲਣ ਲਈ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਕ ਪਹਿਲ ਕਦਮ ਹੈ। ਯਕੀਨੀ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹਾਕੀ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਕੋਲ ਜੋ ਢਾਂਚਾ ਅਤੇ ਪ੍ਰਣਾਲੀ ਮੌਜੂਦ ਹਨ ਉਹ ਕਰਮਚਾਰੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਹਾਕੀ ਖੇਡਦੇ ਇਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ।
The entire board and the CEO step down is an important step forward, but there's a culture to change. There is an awful lot of work to ensure that the structures and systems that Hockey Canada has in place protects employees, protects Canadians, protects our kids as they play hockey. There's work to do to transform the culture at Hockey Canada, but today was an important first step. Je pense que c'est une bonne première étape aujourd'hui. As I told President Zelensky yesterday, as during our G7 leaders call video conference this morning, when we heard directly from him, we reassured him we will continue to do more to support Ukraine militarily, in terms of humanitarian assistance, in terms of sanctions against Russia, in terms of economic and financial assistance to continue to keep the lights on and people paid in Ukraine. We see that this is not just a fight for Ukraine's territory, but it's a fight for the principles and values and rules that underpin all of our democracies. That's why, as a world, we stand with Ukraine against Russia's illegal actions that are causing far-reaching consequences beyond just Ukraine, in a global food crisis, in a global energy crisis, contributing to inflation, contributing to the challenges families are facing all around the globe, including here in Canada. But we know how important it is to stand with Ukraine against Russia, and Canada will continue to. The opinions expressed by this individual were reprehensible and unacceptable, and the fact that this individual was able to secure government funding through the organization was absolutely wrong. That's why we did take action to not just ensure that the funding was cut off, but that further measures be taken to ensure that funding does not go to anyone who's expressed hateful or unacceptable views as this individual did. I think the Commission is going to do extremely important work to lay out the facts for Canadians of these protests, these illegal blockades that happened all across the country last February. It is something that is extremely important that Canadians get to see the decisions made in place, why we made those decisions. It's actually why, from the very beginning, I offered to appear in front of the Commission, because it's important that Canadians know that the use of the Emergencies Act was an option of last resort. And when it was used in a proportionate way, in a time-limited way, and in a measured way to put an end to these protests, these illegal protests, and get Canadians in Ottawa and in places affected by this their lives back. This was not something to be taken lightly, and it's important that there be open commissions to ensure proper accountability, and I am very much looking forward to appearing at that committee.